Welcome to a special episode of About Town on City TV. My name is Caleb Good. I'm out with my colleagues and friends Philip, Kofi Ashon, John van der Bosch, and Na Adele Mofat. We have a special company in person of Johnson. He's a police officer. Where are we today? We are at Saglemi. This area is in Pram, and precisely we are touring the 300-acre project that was supposed to house Ghanaians in an affordable, decent manner that has gone south. We will just go through the various alleys and avenues and see the sort of buildings that have been put up here. It's currently being audited according to the Ministry of Works and Housing. We're just going through to give you a feel, actually see for ourselves, and so you see also for yourself how the project is faring so far. We understand quite recently a publication was made to the effect that the sector minister says this project will be completed by December 7. And then there's a lot more you can always read around the Saglemi housing project. But today on About Town, we just want to show you the state of affairs right here. We've been to places where you've seen where people sleep, you'd recall. So these were supposed to be facilities that will house the average Ghanaian, facilities that the average middle class can't be able to afford. So what you are seeing in the shots now are apartments. We are told each floor is a single room apartment with a toilet and a bath and a hall. And then there are floors like that all across. We see more and more weed than we see people occupying this. We don't see cars at all. The parking bay is empty, only full of weed rather instead of people. This is the Saglemi housing project. We're touring it in its entirety so you can have a feel of this housing project and see how far it has come as a project. It was worth 200 million US dollars. 200 million US dollars, and as I've said, it spans an acreage of 300 acres. It sits on a 300-acre expanse of land. Of the project, you can tell that some of the buildings are clearly not down, some are at lintel levels, others have been roofed but no doors. We see some windows there, a lot more weed yet again. This is phase 2. Phase 1, about 1,500 facilities, units of houses were done. We're told were completed. Okay, were reportedly completed. We understand, according to the current government, that the project, there were some financial infractions connected to the project, and so there is an audit ongoing. And so in the last 3 years, auditing has been ongoing. And then recently there has been an assurance that the project will be done in good time to provide the much needed housing that Ghanaians need so badly. As you can see, these buildings are not done yet. The contract has been terminated. When the audit is done, a new contractor will be found to continue the project. But as it is now, very little is ongoing here. We are virtually on a lone tour, seeing nobody to talk to except buildings that are yet to be completed, and you can tell that wear and tear is taking a toll on this particular structure. As you see it, there is wear and tear. You see effects of wear and tear on this particular structure. Here is another one. I think it's been numbered 15, and that's 17. Okay, and the weeds are growing almost taking, surrounding the entire building, all the buildings really, weeds everywhere. The roads have been done such that most of us will wish to have this sort of road in our neighborhoods. The roads are in fairly okay shapes. There are iron rods this way that indicates that there are several other units of houses that are at their foundation levels. Behind this building, there are iron rods that I've spotted where the buildings have not been erected at all. Right, so here's one of the units. It's all weed, but we are going to walk through and then just walk through as it is, touching nothing, just walking through and describing what we see. Okay, so you feel the echo in there telling you that there is nothing in here. You can tell that the wiring hasn't been completed. It's just very empty. I see the cow dung in here, indicative that cattle has been able to come in here at some point. But this, I think, should be a very sweet balcony where you can step out and enjoy the breeze of Pram, And then just opposite you is your neighbor who is probably also out there, who'll be relaxing there, but it's not done. Look at the weed, it comes this way. Yeah, it's all weed really. So this structure is not done. There's no work ongoing. This is how it looks like. So you see that there are some pipes. Sorry, I just touched it. There is no finishing, there is no painting, no wiring, nothing done. There is a bath and a toilet, but it's not completed. This looks like a bedroom. No, a kitchen. Yes, this looks like a kitchen. A sink will be here. You can see the signs there, but there isn't any indication of. So this looks like the kitchen, this bathroom, toilet, balcony. Wow. Let's go up. Let's go up and see what is there to be seen. Okay, so I see a bird has got a nest here. This should be the electronic wiring system. You have a bird having a nest over there. Then you come here. Okay, this looks like a bedroom. Okay, where do you put the bed? What do you have there? Ooh. I'm planning my room already. But so this is how this place looks like. There's no work ongoing. Okay. You can tell that a lot of dust is settling on the mirror and aluminium works in here. No work is ongoing. No shower is fixed. No toilet seats, nothing. It's all empty. Okay. And here, you could spend some good time reading, after hard day's work. You just find a nice chair, you cool off here, then you have some beautiful flowers on the balcony. It will be very exciting. But currently, there's nothing here. Absolutely nothing. Nothing happening here. And there's a lot of symmetry when you look at the buildings. Linear symmetry, well coordinated, all done in that manner. But this is phase 2. This is the phase 2 side of the project on a 300-acre. That has been terminated. We'll be taking you to other sites as well for you to see what has become of the project. So from this one, let's walk out. Let's go and explore some more. Find out how the whole project is like. Again, evidence of cow dung, indicative that cattle walks through the project, because as you can see, that door is a slide door and it's not entirely shut. So let's walk through the bush again and then let's explore more places. Oh. Okay, so unlike this housing unit, these to my left have not gotten to the level of those of the one I just entered. This very one is not yet done at all. And behind it you can see several units, the skeletons of several units that are, as it were, undone yet. I want to get through this one to see how it looks like. What sort of material is this? You know, when you buy a fridge, that sort of substance that holds the thing together, yeah, that's what I see here. Honestly, I haven't seen it before for houses. So, obviously, I'm not an architect, so I honestly don't know this one. I don't know how it works. There's a sink here too. And then it's all done with a concrete. And then the iron rods, very compact. If you come up, for example, the roof is not done. In which case, as we've seen, it's not cast with concrete. So. So, looks like very interesting material. Honestly, I've forgotten how this thing is called, but that's what it's made of. Very compact, and then concrete with iron rods in there. But they're not completely done. So if you look up the building, it's all iron rods and pipes, and it's undone. That's how. That's the state of this particular unit and several others. Again, in phase 2 of the Saglemi housing project. If we move to this other side, oh la la. Here we are. Oh la la. There are several of this kind to my right and then to my left, and then ahead of me several of this kind, but not at this level. So you can see that's a foundation level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I've lost count. Some are actually lost in the bush way ahead of us. We need to get there to see, but that's not the import. This is Saglemi Housing Project Phase 2, but ahead, as you can see, are several housing units rather in Phase 1. And so from here, we will go to Phase 1 for you to see what exists there. Come with me. We're getting towards phase 1 now, where we see more units of what look like units that look like, okay, so they are, compared to where we are coming from, these are complete, not finished, just done, painted, and that's it. Okay, there's a high tension, there's a pylon here that connects, I believe, to adjoining communities, but it's just a bit close to the building units I see here. Now you see the symmetry, the buildings in line, and not done, more weeds. They are all numbered too, so that's 25, this is 23. They are numbered in that order, and there are flats. So you have 3 flats. I understand each flat is a single room, self-contained, so like your sort of apartment, and then the other flats for another person, the other flat for another, and then another. So these are 3-floor buildings with 6 to 9 apartments with living spaces ranging from 40 meters square to 85 meters square. Right? 85 meters square. So depending on what you are able to afford, then you would have chosen either of them. So we are learning that about 600, a little over 600 housing units have been completed, and they've been left unused for over the period now. So where we are now has 1,500 housing units. The entire project is supposed to have been 5,000 housing units at a cost of $200 million. So we are going to enter some of these 3-floor, 6 to 9 apartments. These are 3-floor buildings with 6 to 9 apartments, like I said early on, with living space ranging from 40 meters square to 85 meters square. We're taking a walk through this site. I'm sure those of you who love walks would have loved to take walks in a community like this one. I'm not sure what the drainage situation is like, whether it is entirely done or otherwise. This is all we can see, and that's what we are seeing with you, right? We'll make attempt to enter some of the units like this one. Is that a chimney up there? Okay, let's try and... Okay, it's all weed. Let's hope there's no reptile hiding anywhere, so that we can leave here in peace. Okay, come, let's go. Let's look at this. Okay, there are doors on this. Doors to the rooms on this one. Okay, so let's see. It's locked. This one is locked. You can look through this side and then see what's in there. Slide? No. Okay. This door. This is not usually the one you find on the Ghanaian market. So here's some space. Okay. This also looks like the concrete we saw earlier. Here's a window. This side is open. You can look through. And then look at our neighbors. They're not there. So I see some inscriptions on this side of the room, but really they don't mean much to me as someone who's just walking through. So this door was open. That's how come we were able to get in. The plumbing works still ongoing. Still in the works, right? Not entirely done. It's just an empty space, really. Nothing more to it. Saglemi housing project, $200 million. Was supposed to be 5,000 units. And then, okay, this door will not open. It's locked as well. So that is the situation. Let's try and get to the very top and look down from there. See what we will find. Okay, it's what would you have done if you had this space to yourself? I know many friends of mine who have rented places that really... Anyway, so yeah. These facilities you see here now are detached, so they are 2 bedrooms, self-contained, with a living room, the kitchen and the toilet, family size with parking space along, all paved, street lights fixed, not all of them though, I must say. And there are parts of various cities across the country where people live and cars are parked on both sides. There's double parking. You can't even pass anywhere because there is no space for parking. But in terms of these housing units, there is ample space all around the place. The buildings are properly demarcated and they are not scattered all over like you see in some places, right? They are well spaced and laid out, and the road network is cut out. There are trees on the side. We can see some water and electricity channels for supply. I'm not sure it's open up yet. The drain network is down there, this way. You can tell that there's a drain down there. So this side is detached. If you didn't want to be in a flat, you wanted to have a quiet place to yourself, this is where you could have been. Question about whether or not affordable housing is ever affordable. It's not even up for conversation here, because then what's supposed to have been an affordable housing is. So this is the Saglemi housing project, phase 1 of it. We are told about 600 of these housing units are complete, and the government that undertook the project has been calling on the government that took over from it to begin utilizing the project, open it up to the public, but the current government says that no, there are some financial infractions as far as the contract is concerned, and it will need to probe these. So this place is undergoing audit according to the sector minister. I'm not sure if this has really been an exciting episode of About Town. You get this indication that telecommunication cables have been laid also to provide telecommunication services for residents, and the lightning system, all these structures have been put up. So I'm sure together with you, we are all looking forward to government completing all the processes it has assured Ghanaians it will, so that the place is opened up. Yeah. Until then, keep watching City TV. This is About Town. My name is Caleb Kuda.